I think Quebec right now is terrified that Alberta gets to independence before they do.
Well, I was just at a conference in BC and I sat next to a guy, Guillaume Rousseau. He's from Quebec. He was one of the co-authors of that big Quebec document, 50 different changes that the Quebec government wants, that was published last fall. And we compared notes with Alberta and Quebec. And I said, Alberta would be quite happy with at least 40 of the things you're asking for there. And so there's a possibility going forward, particularly if there's some referendums for Quebec and Alberta to work together. And as I said a moment ago, I think it's not just Quebec and Alberta. I think there's a sense in Canada that the one size fits all, Ottawa knows best model that's really been, we've lived with for the last, well, since Trudeau won. It's not working. Economically, we're a mess. Politically, we're very divided. And so maybe a decentralization, not just on a Western basis, but everywhere, could be a very positive change for all of Canada.
Yeah, I think so many Albertans, I know there's been a lot of frustration and anger with Quebec, but the reality is, I think we have more in common than we do difference because, what Quebec does have, Quebec has fought for. And they've just fought harder, and with the population and the political system, they've had certainly more leverage and have accomplished more. But it doesn't that's a political issue, not a people issue per se. So I think Alberta has just as much a unique culture and a heritage as Quebec does, and being the economic engine that's really financed disproportionately to Quebec, unfortunately, has created a lot of bitterness towards Quebecers. But, I think we could take a good look at their playbook and go, okay, well, it's worked for them. It's time that we start implementing some of the strategies right here at home. And if they have it, constitutionally, there is really no reason why we shouldn't have it.